In this video, we're going to look at how to take your blood pressure measurement. Now, once you've set up your blood pressure monitor, you need to just slip the cuff up your arm. This slides up quite easily, and you want to be able to bend your arm so the cuff is going above the crease in your arm, and you should allow a small gap of about 2 centimeters above the crease in your arm. It's very important that when you put it on, the writing should be facing you. So where the tube goes into the cuff, you want that resting over the vein in your arm when you usually would have to give blood if you went to the hospital for a blood test. This arm is going to be rested on a hard surface like a table. Now what you're looking to get is to have the cuff in line with your heart. Now you may need to raise it up with a cushion underneath, but it's important that all of the weight is taken out of your arm and your arm is fully supported. Then you're going to sit there for 5 minutes, nice and peacefully, and relax. After 5 minutes has gone by, you're then ready to begin the test. So in order to activate the monitor and begin the blood pressure measurement, you're going to press the orange button in the middle. At this point, it's important to have your feet firmly on the ground, and you should have been sat comfortably for 5 minutes. On pressing the button, there'll be a short delay, and then you'll feel the cuff start to inflate. It's important that at this stage you keep very still, don't talk like I'm doing, and no moving around, as this will affect the result. If you do sneeze or cough or talk or move, then you will have to repeat this test. The blood pressure machine will count down and will display a top number and a bottom number, and you can use this to write down on your results card. But we're not done yet, because in order to get an accurate blood pressure measurement, we're going to have to do this 3 times. So what you need to do now is sit back and relax and wait for 2 minutes to pass, and then repeat the procedure. So now I've waited 2 minutes and I've kept perfectly still, and I'm going to do the measurement again. So I'm going to press the button, there'll be a short delay, and then you'll hear the blood pressure machine start to compress air into the cuff. It's important that when you take your blood pressure, measure it from the same arm each time. So write on your results card an L or an R depending on which arm you're using, or make a decision to always use your writing hand or the opposite to your writing hand, but something memorable that you'll remember that you're measuring your blood pressure level in that arm. Okay, so this is my second reading. Again, I can write this down, and then I'm going to wait another 2 minutes and repeat the procedure again. Okay, so I've waited 2 minutes and I'm going to take my last blood pressure reading. So again, feet firmly on the ground, arm supported by a table, maybe a cushion. Make sure your cuff is at your arm level, and make sure your cuff fits you as well. So for some people with large arms, they may need a bigger cuff. For smaller arms or children, they may need a smaller cuff. There is a guide actually which says with the arrow on your cuff should be within the range, so you can see on your cuff that your arm is within range. Remember that where the tube goes into the cuff, this should be roughly above your vein that you give blood at, and also you should be able to still bend your arm up. Tighten the cuff, not too tight, but tight enough to just about get a finger underneath the cuff, and again relax your arm. To take another measurement then, we're literally going to press the orange button in the middle and we will see it start to take a measurement. Now it's important that you take your blood pressure measurement under the same conditions. So things like the time of day can affect your blood pressure. So always try and take your blood pressure roughly at the same time each day. So for our final measurement then, we're just going to repeat the procedure again and write down the results. Again, just press the middle button to start the compression and you'll feel this tighten. And you should get a blood pressure measurement at the end of it. So it's very important that your blood pressure is taken under the same conditions each time that you do it. So a one-off reading that says you have high blood pressure doesn't necessarily mean you will have high blood pressure. It just means at that moment in time your blood pressure was a bit high. So what you want to do is probably monitor your blood pressure over a few different days, maybe weeks, to see what if it's consistently high or not. Okay, so once you've got your final blood pressure measurement, write it down and then go to the website where you can enter all three results and work out whether that is a high blood pressure. Like I say though, you need to do this a few times over the course of a week or a couple of weeks to make sure that you're getting consistent readings. Now when you take your blood pressure, it's really important that you do it under the same conditions. So time of day will affect your blood pressure. So if you want to measure your blood pressure in the morning, make sure you carry on measuring your blood pressure in the morning. Changing arms will affect your blood pressure, so make sure you stick with the same arm. Even things down to eating a meal or having a caffeinated beverage, such as coffee or cola or tea. Even down to having a full bladder can affect your blood pressure. So it's important that you measure your blood pressure under the same conditions each time you do it if you're going to compare accurately between different readings. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you found it useful and take a look at one of the other videos on how to do one of the other tests.